Food storage and preservation. Food storage and preservation. Our subject is science, and our topic is food storage and preservation. Can you say so? Correct. Food storage and preservation. Food storage and preservation is the caring or treating food in a way that it will keep in good condition for a long period of time or for future use. When you talk about food storage, we are talking about the caring or treating food in a way that it will keep in good condition for a long period of time or for future use. Food preservation usually involves preventing our food from bacteria and fungi. Food preservation usually involves preventing our food from bacteria and fungi. You'll be amazing that what is bacteria and fungi? Bacteria and fungi are organisms that can cause damage on our food. Bacteria and fungi are organisms that can cause damage on our food. You cannot see them with your ordinary eyes, but there is a machine that they use in a laboratory to discover bacteria and fungi. This machine is called microscope. So you might not be able to see bacteria and fungi with your eyes, but they are real. They are the organisms that can cause damage on our food. So food preservation usually involves preventing our food from bacteria and fungi. What are the ways of food storage and preservation? What are the ways of food storage and preservation? What are those ways, the way that we can keep our food good, not to get spoiled? Number one, drying. What I say? Drying. Drying is a way of keeping our food, or it's a way of preserving our food. Example, you can dry, we have the dry fish. You can dry your fish so that the fish, you expose the food to sunlight. That's what example of drying. Another one, we also have smoking. Number two, we have what? Smoking. Smoking. Another one, we also have salting. Smoking simply means that you place the food near the fire. You take the food near the fire. When you look at this fish, let me use fish as an example. There are some fish, if you ask your mom at home, mommy goes to market to buy fish. So if you ask mommy will tell that there are some fish that we call the dry fish. There are some that they call the smoked fish. And there are some that they call the roasted fish. So another way of preserving food is by smoking. You smoke the fish, meaning that you take the fish near the fire. In drying, we use sunlight to dry the heat from the sun. In smoking, you use the heat from fire. Another one is what called salting. Salting is a process by which we use salt to preserve our food. You might have observed sometimes when mommy buys fish, before she cooks the fish, perhaps she bought the fish in the morning and she is going to cook towards the evening. After washing the fish, mommy will sprinkle salt on the fish. Why? so that the fish will not get spoiled before evening. So salting is another way of preserving food. Another way, number 4, we have what's called canning. What I call is canning. Canning is a way by which we preserve our food in a tin and cover it. In a tin and cover it. Example of such food, you might have eaten geisha or sardine before. Geisha and sardine, they are good example of canning. Even the tin tomato. Mommy goes to market to buy tin tomato. So tin tomato is an example of food that is preserved by canning. Number 5, we have bottling. Bottling. Of course, from the word bottling, you will see that it sounds like bottle. So that is another way by which we preserve food, or by which we can store food. Storing food inside the bottle. Example, you have your bottle minerals. They are preserved in the bottle. Your bottle minerals, they are preserved in the bottle. Give me another example of food that are preserved inside the bottle. Yes, I know that you will remember that. The Lucozade Boost, they are also preserved in the bottle. Number 6, we have freezing. Can anybody tell me what you understand by the word freezing? Yes, you are right. It's a way of preventing food or preserving food by using our refrigerator. When mommy buy fish, maybe mommy buy the fish so much, more than what she can use in a day. Mommy will take the fish, and keep inside the freezer. After cooking, mommy will take part of the food and keep the food inside the freezer. Why? Because mommy want to preserve the food from getting spoiled. So ways of food storage and preservation, we have drying, smoking, salting, canning, bottling, freezing. Can you say them out? Drying, smoking, salting, canning, bottling, freezing. Now, why do we preserve foods? The question that we ask ourselves is, Mommy, Daddy, why do you preserve food? Why do we preserve our food? Well, we preserve food for a hunger time. We preserve food for a hunger time. Perhaps the food that you have today, the food that you have now, may not be what you want to eat now, or you might not be feeling hunger. So you preserve the food till when you will eat it. For example, when mommy cook very early in the morning before you will come to school, mommy will put your food inside cooler, inside your lunch bag. Why? Mommy will ask to take the food to the school so that when it is time for break, you can eat it, or when you preserve the food for a hunger time. Another one is that we preserve food from wastage. We preserve food from wastage. It's not good to be wasteful. It's not good to be wasteful. So you preserve your food from what? From wastage. We also preserve food for sales. We preserve food for sales. Where you go and buy your foodstuffs, the person selling the foodstuff preserves the food on daily basis. So we preserve food for sales so that we can sell them. When you have excess of food, what do? It's either you give the food out or you preserve it for sales. Number 3, we preserve food to prevent spoilage. We preserve food to prevent spoilage. So I will ask you now, why do we preserve food? Can you tell me why we preserve our foods? Yes, we preserve our food for a hunger time. 2, we preserve our food. We preserve food from wastage. We preserve food from wastage. 3, we preserve food for sales. We preserve food for sales. 4, we preserve food to prevent spoilage. We preserve food to prevent spoilage. Class work. Number 1, the caring or treating food in a good way or condition for a long period is called dash. The caring or treating food in a good way or condition for a long period is called dash. Mention 5 ways. Mention 5 ways of food storage and preservation. Mention 5 ways of food storage and preservation. Mention any 3 reasons why we preserve food. Mention any 3 reasons why we preserve food.